I started prep later for my preclinical subjects like pathology, pharma, and then from my third year itself, I put more emphasis over the clinical part as well. So, and then later on, surgery and medicine, they became the two best friends of mine, I'll say. So that I usually hang out with most of my
Right.
time. So
Hi guys, this is Dr. Pritesh Singh, Prep Ladder Surgery faculty, and with me is Dr. Shubham Gupta, who secured 220 marks in December 2021 FMG exam. So congratulations, Shubham. Please tell us something about yourself.
thank you, sir. Thank you so much. First of all, sir, it's an absolute honor for me to have you, like, to talk to you, on live interaction with you. So I will say, like, for many of us, it's just like a dream come true to talk to one of your favorite faculties like that.
Well, thank you very much.
So my name is Shubham, and for now I'll say like Dr. Shubham. So I did my MBBS from Our Lady of Fatima University, Philippines,
Okay,
and this year only I graduated. So I am a 2021 batch student,
right.
and
Cracked the exam in your first attempt.
yeah, it was my very first attempt. So although we didn't get much time to prepare for it, but we somehow just I tried to put all my efforts to have it in one go itself,
Right.
not to stretch it further.
So how will you rate this exam?
According to me, so the exam was not that much difficult as it was said by most of the students. I'll say that majority of the questions were like kind of repeated ones, and there were some new questions itself, like which I guess no one have ever like thought even like these questions can be there also. So it was like a little surprise element as usual for us as well. And there were like some very least less important topics also, which are not usually asked in FMG patterns, but this time these questions were also there, which are usually need pattern questions. So
Okay.
I will rate it like it was an easy to moderate, but like more of a moderate type of paper itself.
Moderate type of paper. And what kind of
Yeah.
questions were there? Because we were hearing from the students that sir, clinical questions were also there, integrated questions were there.
So I'll say like around there were very few direct questions. I will say like around 20 to 30%,
Okay.
and majority were image-based questions as usual expected, the common
Right.
ones, especially from surgery itself, and rather apart from all this there were like many integrated itself, like that's the new trending pattern nowadays. Over all
Right.
the examinations we have the common pattern that is being followed.
Right.
So integrated, and moreover like it was I just mentioned like it was more of clinical this time.
Right.
So every year the clinical pattern is being like increased. So even this year also it was more the exam was more emphasized over the clinical part itself.
And what was the subject weightage in this December exam? Means
What's
maximum
that?
number of questions were from which particular subjects?
So honestly speaking, so we can't differentiate like which subject was having the majority of the paper, because it was very difficult to even identify the questions like which subject are they actually from, because
Right.
after giving the exam itself, when I saw the recalls, I was like kind of surprised to see like, oh, okay, so that question that I was thinking that was for pathology, it was actually a part of pediatrics. So
Right.
you can't say like what question you are it's just like instead of saying the subject, just see the question as a patient itself in front of you. So whatever is there in front of you, you have to just answer it in that same manner. So
Right.
it doesn't matter which subject you are from.
Okay. And when did you actually started your preparation?
So honestly speaking, so I've been with Prep for a very good time. I'll say like from my second year itself, I was introduced to Prep Ladder by one of my seniors and a few of my class friends also.
Right.
So after that, I started Prep Ladder for my preclinical subjects like pathology, pharma, and then from my third year itself, I put more emphasis over the clinical part as well. So and then later on, surgery and medicine, they became the two best friends of mine, I'll say. So that I usually hang out with most of my
Right.
time. So
And
These two were the best.
what was your strategy during exam regarding solving the MCQs?
So during the exam, I will share a funny incident that happened with me. Was uh, I know, like, if Dr. Vivek Jain will be seeing this, he's definitely gonna kill me after seeing the interview. But honestly speaking, I didn't prepare PSM very well because I am not that kind of student who can memorize a lot of stuff and factual data. I honestly I can't do that. So I tried doing PSM because I came to India last month only, so it was a very less time for me to prepare
Right.
PSM. I thought like to cover PSM in the very end, but it was not in my favor to give it a best throw of my to prepare for the exam. So I had very minimal knowledge of PSM, and my exams just when it started, the very first 3 or 4 questions were from directly from PSM, and I was like, oh shit, I should have studied it properly. But then I was like, yeah, okay, I will not start from the beginning. I just swept my screen and I went to the last question, and from that I came back,
Right.
and that way I got my confidence. So first anatomy, then biochem, then physio. So one funny thing that I saw in the exam was like optha is a clinical subject, right? So but there were few questions from optha in the clinic in the preclinical part as well. So you can't say like okay, it's a part of physio or is it from anatomy. You just have to answer it. That's the game.
Right.
So that's why I said now that you can't say like which question from which subject came actually. So but overall, like I'll say the exam was pretty easy, except few like PSM. For me, PSM was kind of little tricky, and obviously Optha this time I don't know why, but I found it really tough to handle. So I guess the least I would have scored out of the 19th subject will be Optha for sure,
Right.
and I guess the maximum I guess the that I would have scored this time was from pathology, surgery, and medicine. That I'm quite sure of
Right.
after seeing the recalls.
And how much time did you spend on videos and question banks during your preparation?
So since I was been with PrepLabder for almost like 3 years now, I'll say for videos also I have already seen the videos during my academic years. So it was like by the time I thought of like start my FMG preparation, I was already done with the videos around twice or thrice. So at that point of time, I just thought of like, why not just start with the rapid revision itself instead of going to the main sections again and again. I just opened the rapid revision and I did all those videos twice, and then one time again, I just saw the notes itself. And
Right.
the notes that I made in the earlier years, I had a just very fast brief up of all those stuff, and then it was done. So I will say like of out of 19, I was able to complete 17 for sure, and the rest too I know why I struggled in the exam as well. So that after like apart from these, I guess it was a good paper.
Okay.
So
And what was your frequency of solving mock tests?
actually, I didn't do many of the mock tests, but I thought of giving at least 2 mock tests every week.
Okay.
But somehow I wasn't able to follow that thing. But I still managed to complete 3 grand tests before the exam as well,
Okay.
and so that I would rate my performance at how good I'm performing as well. So my 3 grand tests that I gave. So the average score was somewhere around 170, 180.
Okay.
So out of three, I started with a very low score, like around 152, and then eventually I grew up to 178 and 182. Then I got a little confidence and okay, like maybe like now I'm little prepared for the examination as well. So around 3 to 4 grand tests. That's all I like gave before the examination.
Okay. And who are your favorite teachers in PrepLadder team?
Uh, if I'll start from the top, so Dr. Deepak Marva as usual. He's like for me, he's like the biggest, like the person I admire the most. I'll just simply put in that words. So whenever I feel like I'm losing my track or I am feeling less motivated, So I just open any of the topics that sir has taught, even though I have seen it many times. But still, whenever I see him, or listen to him for at least half an hour, I feel like okay, now I can do it. And after that, obviously surgery, as I mentioned, that these two were two of my best friends that I usually used to hang out in my leisure time as well, and also when I'm studying also. And apart from that, obviously Goga sir, the pharmacology god, and Dr. Sparsh Gupta. So I used to see the FMG reviews they usually conduct before the examination as well. So and every time many questions are repeated itself from those sessions as well. So I am very thankful for all the prep leader faculty for helping me in this journey, and somehow I was able to score a decent score in this examination as well.
Right. What is your favorite feature in the PrepLadder app?
In the prep ladder app, there's a feature that we call as like where you can customize your Q bank.
Okay.
So you can customize in the way like the question that you have marked incorrect in the previous Q banks. So you can now have a random Q bank of your own. So that was one of the best feature I liked the most. And then the previous years Q banks that were there, all those things that I used to make. I use them a lot during my practice.
Okay. And please share your tips or some advices to the students who are preparing for FMG.
For the upcoming batches, I will say like it's never bad to to start your preparation as early as possible. First of all, because what I have seen is like students are usually very delayed to start the preparation, and then by the time it's the performance time, the syllabus is not yet done, so they always feel like under pressure that they are not good enough. So that's why I'll say like it's always to start early, and it's good to watch all those videos again and again unless and until you are good with the concept, because the concept is what that matters the most, no matter it's what exam it is, whether it's FMG, NEET. I always lay emphasis over the concept thing, because cramming is not my cup of tea, that I know. So the more the concept, the better the performance is. That's what I believe.
Okay.
And I also advise my juniors and the upcoming FMG aspirants to follow the same thing.
Okay, thank you, Shubham. It was a great discussion and hope it will help the FMG aspirants for the next exam, for the upcoming FMG exam. Congratulations once again and good luck for your better future.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.